Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
Armchair.
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through.
deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past.
They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, then erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my life here. Down it! I love them. Good seats, huh? You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves, Drake Baldwin. He's behind the plate today with 21 home runs, 63 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .269. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting second, playing right. 13 home runs, 35 RBI, 16 stolen bases, batting .234. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 36 home runs, 77 RBI. 4 stolen bases, batting .261. Michael Harris II is patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. 20 home runs, 69 RBI, .293 on the season. Ozzie Albies batting fifth, the designated hitter. 20 home runs, 65 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .249. Mauricio Dubon is at second base. 10 home runs, 61 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .266. Mike Yastrzemski, batting seventh, playing left. 9 home runs, 34 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .232. Austin Riley, batting eighth, playing third. 15 home runs, a .221 average, 60 RBI. And Jim Jarvis is back at short. He's batting ninth with a .213 average, 11 RBI, 1 home run. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Martin Perez today, 8-7 with a 3.15 ERA. He'll be going head-to-head with Logan Henderson, 7-2 with a shiny 2.70 ERA and a 0.87 WHIP. Backing up Henderson in the bottom of the first inning, leading off in left field is Jackson Churio, 17 home runs, 50 RBI, 13 stolen bases, batting .280. Bryce Turang is batting second, playing second. 16 home runs, 75 RBI, .262 average. Billy the Kid is behind the plate with 12 home runs and 64 RBI. Bowers is in right field with 22 homers, 72 ribbies. Vaughn is at first, batting fifth, 5 homers, 37 RBI. Yelich, the designated hitter, is batting sixth, batting .230 on the year with 9 home runs. Ortiz is at third, batting seventh, 7 homers, a .249 club. Lara is in center field, a .245 average with 1 home run. And Pratt is at short, batting ninth. He has a .259 average with 2 home runs. Calling balls and strikes behind the plate tonight is John Tupane. Your first base umpire, Adam Hamari. Second base will be manned by Clint Vondrick. And down the first base line, down the third base line, it's Todd Titchener. Game time temperatures here in Milwaukee. 78 degrees with wind blowing out straight to center field at 10 miles an hour. Does appear they will keep the roof open for this one. Your Atlanta Braves are plus 150 on the money line. Milwaukee minus 160. The over-under is 7.5 to 8 depending on the book. Our pick to click tonight, nobody has ever faced Logan Henderson. So it should be a rough go the first time through. But we're going to go with Money Mike to click tonight and take the Braves to put some runs on the board. Martin Perez to return to form. Give me Atlanta 4-2.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of
Braves country.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the Country Club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the Country Club. You help support the BCR.
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Just as to score the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe.
Welcome in, Braves country. We are just about set. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country, and Drake Baldwin standing in. And the first pitch swung on, foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Henderson turns and kicks. As the infield back into the right. And just outside wide. Good take there by the Drake. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Nothing, your score. Just getting started here in Braves country. The 1-1 pitch, swing. Chopper on the ground, foul, 1-2. Braves come in, 75 wins, 54 losses, 33-31 on the road. Milwaukee Brewers, 80-49, 44-23 at home. 1-2 count, turns and kicks, forcing high and out of the zone. It is 2-2. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. The 2-2 count, way high out of the zone, ball 3-2. So just like yesterday, we're going to have a formidable opponent on the mound, Logan Henderson. Came over in a trade for the Brewers and looked like at first that they got the big end of the trade as the 3-2 high and out of the zone, ball 4. He'll head on down to first, and the Drake is the first man aboard, and that'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. Infield back into the left. The 0-1. In the dirt, changeup 1-1. Logan Henderson, 6 foot, 209 pounder. Out of Houston, Texas. Played his college ball at McLennan Community College. Braves are in their navy blue and gray pants. Red and blue piping down the center of the jersey and down the pants. Side of the pants is the 1-1 shot foul, 1-2. Laying across the chest in red, outlined in white, same with the tomahawk striped in gold. Acuna and everybody else on the team with their names in white, and the letters, the numbers are in red, outlined in white on the blue jersey. The 1-2 starts and then stops. Time is called. I believe the time was by Acuna. It was. One of two games going on right now. Blue Jays lead the Yankees 1-0 in the bottom of the second. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Punched him out on the outer edge with the strikeout for Acuna, and there's one away. Blew that right by him. He's going to have to pick up the pace if he's going to keep up with that fastball, that's for sure. Righty lefty inside to Matt Olson. Cutter misses. It's 1-0. Olson coming in with 36 home runs on the year. And 1-0. Turns and brings it. Swing! That ball smoked, but foul down the line. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball, dot in the inner edge. 1-2. The 1-2. Brings it. Change up in the dirt, 2-2. What you'll get from Logan Henderson is a 4-pitch mix, but it's really 3 pitches. He does the four-seamer 46% of the time, change-up 33, cutter 18, and the sweeper just 3%, just enough to keep you off balance. The 2-2 swing. That ball is rattled into right field, down for a base hit. It's going to be a long turn, and Drake is heading to third, and we've got runners on the corners with just one out here in the first inning. Good piece of hitting there by Matty O.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Hard hit ball. Bowers cut it off before it could get to the wall. But nonetheless, with playing the outfield so far back, Drake easily made it to third. That'll bring Michael Harris II to the plate. Righty lefty, first pitch, takes a wild swing and a changeup about 3 inches off the plate. It's 0-1. None of these guys have seen Henderson before. What you would prefer is that they take some pitches, but we know that's not Tim Heyer's offense. The 0-1. Inside, up and in, busted him back. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing, slaps it down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to get into the corner. The Braves are on the board. It is 1-0 Atlanta. It's going to be a double, and Matt Olson will hold up at third with only one out. And a good piece of hitting there by Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Went back to the fastball, but he missed the edge. Got a little bit too much of the plate, and Harris made him pay, slapping it over the third base glove, outstretched glove of Ortiz. And runners at second and third, one out, and Ozzie Albies to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup, open stance for the Wiz. The first pitch misses high. Four-seam fastball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing, chops it back. 1-1 count. 1-0 your score. Good guys on top. The infield is back and to the right. And the 1-1. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky over in third base territory, and that's going to be An easy out. F5. Bad job of trying to get the runner home by Ozzie, and there's 2 down. You got to make sure you get that runner home from third with 1 out, and the Braves just haven't been doing it all year long. They haven't been doing it for quite a few years. It's really been since 2023 that they put a master class on that, and then for whatever reason it's kind of fallen apart. Dubon the batter, righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging, first pitch out. Fly balls, lazy fly ball to right field, and a lazy at bat again. We'll go to the bottom of the first, but the good guys have the lead 1-0 here in Braves country.
Sure, sharing your feelings is healthy, but I prefer to bottle them up until they explode, like a normal person.
Can I ask you a question? How are you not answering the phone? You always on your phone, but you don't never answer.
Because I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Who disturbing you? The people that pay for the phone? Unless you got bill collectors we don't know about, I don't know why you on Do Not Disturb. What, we disturbing Netflix? Why do y'all use Do Not Disturb? You where you work at? You got a job? Then why you being Do Not Disturbed?
Because I'm looking for jobs, yeah.
Let me see the search history. Where you looked at one at? Exactly. Exactly. You ain't looking for nothing.
When a man has 2 statues of himself, one outside the stadium and one inside the stadium, that gives you an idea of just how much Bob Uecker has meant to the city of Milwaukee.
I can think of no place else that I would rather be as a player, as a broadcaster, or as a citizen than right here in Milwaukee or the state of Wisconsin.
This guy could have worked in New York, he could have worked in Los Angeles, he could have quit baseball and been an actor, yet he always chose to stay in Milwaukee and to broadcast Brewers baseball, and people, don't forget that.
For Bob, it's been almost the perfect melding of celebrity, and yet he's able to still be the announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I live here. This is where I grew up. This is where I was raised, born and raised. The other stuff is all pluses. I love baseball. I mean, bottom line, I love baseball.
You don't do this for as long as he's done it, unless you love it.
I don't know what else I would do. I don't.
Here it is. Swinging a smash. Base hit. This one is over.
Wake the up! Jeez.
Welcome back. Jackson Churio leading it off for the Brewers. They are in their white jerseys, top to bottom, pinstripes like the Yankees. Brewers across the chest in blue and gold. Blue ball cap. And the Brewer logo, one of the best logos in all of sports, on the front of the cap. First pitch from Martin Perez is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Perez, last time out, couldn't get out of the first inning without coughing up 4 runs. We hope for a better outing today. Is the 1-0 right there, 1-1. He settled in the rest of the game, did not give up a run, but he definitely had a very shaky first inning. The 1-1 count, high and out of the zone, 2-1. The 2-1 to Churio. Sinker wide, ball 3, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Upstairs. Top corner. Full count. Looked like the cutter on that one. He's gone sinker, sinker, cutter, sinker, cutter. And the payoff pitch, way outside, wide ball 4. So it starts again. He walks the leadoff man and see if he can get out of this jam. Martin Perez, the soft tossing lefty. What you'll get from him today as Bryce Turang comes to the plate. He's got a changeup that he throws 32% of the time, and the sinker 30 as the first pitch is a 89-mile-an-hour sinker upstairs. It's 0-1. Cutter 21% of the time. curveball 11 and the four-seamer 7%. In the name of his game, he's looking for soft contact. The 0-1 pitch. Kicks and fires, 0-2. Infield back into the right, nobody out. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's one away. Good pitch there by Perez. Kind of fell off the plate, and the lefty-lefty matchup with two strikes left him guessing. That'll bring William Contreras, Billy the Kid, to the plate. Contreras, former Atlanta Brave, involved in that move that brought in Sean Murphy. And the first pitch is Perez looking back the runner, kicks and fires. Just right there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Change up, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. You love a double play ball. Infield is in double play depth. The 0-2 pitch. 1-2 down and away. Standing on deck is Bowers. In the hole is Vaughn. Braves lead it 1-0. Just joining us, a disappointing 1-0. They had runners at second and third with one out. Could not get the rest of them home. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Will that stay in play? Olsen calling off Drake. He'll make the catch in foul territory, and there's two down. That's the bad news. The good news is they lead early, and their record when getting the first run is about 30 games over 500. That's pretty normal in Major League Baseball, but gives you an upper hand. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bowers standing in. The first pitch. Sizzles a sinker up top. It's 0-1. And especially when you're talking about the regular season, because managers treat trailing in a regular season game much different than a postseason game. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. If you can get an early lead, if you can get a substantial early lead, we're talking about 3-4 runs on the board, managers will tend to punt a game because they've got to look at the big picture on their bullpen nowadays. The 0-2 count. Just drops the changeup down and away, 1-2. Does look like his control's a little better today. He did walk the first man, but other than that, seems to be hitting near the zone. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Braves 1, Brewers nothing. A 1-2 count. This will be pitch 18 of the inning for Perez. Digs and fires. Sinker down and away. 1-2. The 2-2. Changeup misses 3-2. And now the runner at first will be on the move. So you didn't want to play with your food like he has in this at bat, but it's where we're at. Runner at first, a full count. The runner will be on the move, and Matt will no longer hold him on. He'll back behind him. The payoff pitch, runner goes, swing, pops it up. Giving chase over there on the third base side is Riley near the dugout. He's going to run out of room as it bounces past the dugout, and we'll do it again, full count. So back to it on a payoff pitch. This will be pitch 21 for Perez. Time called. Is he doing an automatic ball, or is he doing a... That might be the warning. Just got a warning from home plate umpire John Payne to be engaged with the batter. It's the worst rule in baseball. The payoff pitch, swing, chopper off the plate. And the runner at first will retreat. I know I've said it a ton of times, but have a pitch clock, and if the hitter or the batter is not ready, whoopity-doo. Tell them you can't pitch until X amount of seconds, but you can't pitch after X amount of seconds, and call it a day. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it down the first base line. We'll do it again. This will be pitch number 10 of the at-bat. So if nothing else, Bowers is wearing him out. If he gets a shutdown inning, we'll take it. The payoff pitch once again. Lefty, lefty, kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it back. Sinker up top. It's pretty much going back and forth between the sinker up top and the changeup down low. Bowers, who comes in with 22 home runs, if he guesses right. The 3-2 pitch once again. Andrew Vaughn standing on deck. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. They checked down the line. He did not go around. And third base umpire Todd Titchener says that he did not as well. And that'll be runners at first and second. 2 outs. And Hefner going out there to talk to Perez. I'd say the big thing that he's doing right here is he's trying to give him a chance to breathe. Because that was a long at bat. This has been a long inning, 24 pitches. There could be some scouting report going on over with Vaughn and how he wants Drake to call the at bat, but I'd say the main thing there is to give him a break. He hasn't given a run yet, 24 pitches. That is a long, long time to be out there on the mound for a starting pitcher. And you just want to make sure he's not going to give one up because he's tired and leaves one out over the plate. So a full count to Vaughn. What am I talking about? First pitch to Vaughn. Pitch down and in, curveball to Andrew Vaughn. It's 1-0. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 your score, 1-0 the count. The infield back and left, the outfield pretty deep and straight away. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-1. On deck is Yelich, the left-hander. Ortiz is in the hole. The 1-1 pitch. Changeup misses, 2-1. It's not quite putting that changeup where he needs to get a swing the back half of this inning. It's just getting off the plate, and because it doesn't have a high velocity, they pick it up pretty quickly. The 2-1 swing pops it up. Sinker, and it's going to be a can of corn. Underneath it is Dubon, who's playing second today, giving Ozzie the rest, our designated hitter. And we'll be back in a flash. Braves lead it 1-0. We go to inning number 2.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call. Yeah. Roll call.
You're in Braves country.
Good to see everybody in the chat. We got Chop Shop, Scotty B, Mark, Ricky, Ricardo, Brad, Dirty Bird, The Wind Chicken, KC Thinker, Mark, Ricky, Ricardo, my man Nathaniel Brooks, Royal PETA, Allison Washingland, Richard Talley, RT, Uncle Charlie's. Hey, I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. Rosemary must have blacked out yesterday. We didn't see her. The Monkey Crew. She must have been hanging with Iron Lung. Banana, James Ray. Dirty Bird. First pitch on the way to start the inning here is a four-seamer to Yaz. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch. Foul back out of play. 0-2. Four-seamer coming from Henderson. And they're dialing up in the lower 90s. He's not a blow-you-away type pitcher with this stuff. He's more of a guy that's crafty and can make the ball dance and move. The 0-2. Kicks and fires. Up top, misses. 1-2. 1-2 count. Yaz with 9 home runs and 34 RBI. 1-2 pitch, four-seamer, misses. And Contreras wants to challenge this really close pitch. It looks like it probably hit the zone. Definitely too close to take. And yep, caught, looking strike 3. One away. One up, one down. Austin Riley. First pitch swinging, hit high and deep. Going back near the warning track, but it'll run out of gas. F7 in your scorecard. Warning track power. 2 down. It's one of those ones that, I mean, honestly, the way that thing was hanging, Riley in previous years, that ball's gone. He needs to talk to Profar's guy. Let's start taking some roids. What's going to happen? They're going to suspend these guys that can't hit? Jarvis, the batter, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch, takes the changeup off the edge. It's 0-1. Oh, no, don't get suspended. What would we ever do? The 0-1 pitch. Right there at the knees. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good take, 2-2. Infield playing back into the right. The outfield deep and straight away. The 2-2. Swing. Lifts it. Out to center field, and that'll end the inning. F8 in your scorecard. Braves go down quietly. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading by 1 here in Milwaukee.
I just want to let you know that I don't like you spending too much time with people who have nice, normal wives. Okay? I don't need you getting any ideas. Do you understand?
And Pascual Perez just threw a baseball into the Cubs dugout, and another one came flying right back out. And there's another one, and it's hit one of the umpires out on the mound. Now Don Zimmer's coming up, and he'll argue that Perez started it. He threw a ball into the dugout, and he did.
Harry Wendelstedt and Zimmer. You see Zimmer's hot.
Pascual was being tended to on the mound. It appeared that his right hand, his pitching hand, may have been hit by that line drive. So now Ron McLean is up talking to him. The huddle is around him. Somebody must have said something from the Cub dugout, and Pascual just lobbed a baseball into the dugout, and in short order it came flying right back out.
And when the ball came out, it hit home plate umpire Bill Hahn. One of the Cubs is going to be fined for throwing the ball.
Going to be fined because that guy's pitcher threw the ball in our dugout.
A little bit of a smile on Pascual's face, as if he's gotten away with something here.
Armchair. Gas prices are so high that I just saw Dolly Parton carpooling with Jolene.
Ebbets spent $750,000 to build his park, with its marble rotunda and chandeliers made in the form of bats and balls. So much that he had to sell half his interest in the team to pay his debts. Ebbets Field opened to the public on April 5th, 1913, an exhibition game against the Highlanders, who officially changed their name that spring to the New York Yankees. Brooklyn won 3-2. An inside-the-park home run by a young former dental student named Casey Stengel made the difference. Over the next 45 summers, Ebbets Field would witness some of the worst baseball ever played, and some of the very best.
Welcome back. Martin Perez goes back to work with a 1-run lead, 1-0 your score. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Starts him off with the sinker. Lefty-lefty matchup. Yelich takes the 0-1 sinker inside, up and in, 1-1. Perez, who walked 2 and struck out 1 in the first inning, has not given up a hit, but he did go through a lot of pitches in that inning. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. 2-1 count. He's going to have to be more economical or he'll never make it through 5. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifted, out to left field. And right there to make the grab in the sunshine is the Yaz. 1 away. Huge patch of sunshine in left field. And the Yaz would be the only one affected unless one of the infielders drifted back in there. Harris, in theory, could cut into a little bit, but it's fading away. First pitch upstairs, misses high, curveball, it's 1-0. If it's anything like yesterday, it'll continue to cut across and be more of an issue later in the game. The 1-0. Upstairs, 1-1. 1-1 count. Misses high, 2-1. It's Players Weekend, which means the guys get to do different things with their shoes and their bats and whatnot. I miss the old days when they used to put it on the jerseys. That was really cool. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to short, scooped up by Jarvis. Jarvis fires it to first, and it's a 6-3 put out. 2 down. Lefty-righty matchup as the center fielder, Lara, the speedy center fielder, comes to the plate. First pitch swinging. The sinker is lifted high into center field, and that will end the inning. A 1-pitch out. That is what the doctor ordered. We'll go to the top of the third. 1-0 good, guys, here in Milwaukee.
Evening, sir. Where are you heading this late at night?
I was on my way to a lecture about alcohol and its effects on the human body and smoking and staying out late at night.
Who gives a lecture about that this late at night?
My wife.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic ball of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic ball of Braves Country baseball.
So, Dad, I think she's the one. I'm gonna marry her.
Tell me you're sorry.
Wait, what? What?
Tell me you're sorry.
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm not saying sorry.
Hey, until you can say you're sorry for no reason at all, you're not ready.
Why is baseball, you ask? Because it is like charity. It never faileth. It is always there, except on wet grounds. And to the man who is too old to keep up with the attempt to civilize football, and too young to need so soothing a sedative as golf, who works hard when he works, who wants to rest hard when he rests, who wants a drama that is as full of surprises for the actors as it is for the audience, who wants a race that cannot be fixed like a horse race, who is so genuine and American that he wants something to kick about without meaning it, and something to yell about that everyone around him will think more of him for yelling about. To that man, baseball is the one great lifesaver in the good old summertime.
Welcome back. Righty-lefty matchup. Coming to the plate for a second time is Drake Baldwin. He'll take it there off the edge for ball. It's 1-0. I think JG was asking Country Club memberships $3.99. The 1-0 swing fouls it back, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, whistles it back. 1-2. Drake Baldwin and the Braves are coming through the order the second time. And remember, they've never seen this guy pitch before. So getting a run on the board, I think, is a big deal considering the way they've been swinging the bats recently the first time through. The 1-2. Swing, whistles it foul. 1-2. Thank you, 22. 1-2 to the Drake. Change up in the dirt. 2-2.
We accept that
1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, no hits, no errors for Milwaukee. Braves are 4 games in front of the Phillies in the National League East. Philadelphia did end up winning that game. I believe it was in extras. I kind of had it. I wasn't really expecting St. Louis to win the game, but they gave them a fight, the 2-2. Outside wide 3-2. Big thing for that is this is the last game, the last couple of games for Philadelphia at home. They're going on a long West Coast road trip, but we know how that can take a toll on a team. And the Cardinals they are calling someone up today, the 3-2 inside. Ball 4, good at bat there by the Drake. Much more patient at bat than we've seen in the past couple of weeks by Drake Baldwin. And he'll head on down to first.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
While they head on to their West Coast trip, the Braves will be coming home. They will be facing the Dodgers as the first pitch down and in for a ball. 1-0. After that, they host the Colorado Rockies as we head into the month of September. We have San Francisco on a 1-game makeup game on the 31st, just before we hit September. The 1-0 right there, 1-1. Milwaukee Brewers are 6 in front of the Cubs. Braves 4 in front of the Phillies. Dodgers comfortably 9 in front of San Diego and Arizona. But that division never competes, so you don't expect it to start this year. The 1-1 swing, chops it foul. 1-2. If you haven't been paying attention to the rest of Major League Baseball, the Yankees are making it interesting. The Tampa Bay Rays only 3 in front of New York now. Boston 7 back. Minnesota and Cleveland both 4.5 behind the White Sox is the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. And Houston has a 1-game lead over Texas. Seattle is 4 back. We'll do the wild card here in a bit. The 2-2 count. Drake is at first. There's nobody out. The pitch to Acuna. Outside wide, 3-2. Acuna struck out swinging his first time up. Olsen standing on deck. The payoff pitch, swing, pops it up. And that'll be a lazy fly ball into right field, 1 away. Looked like Acuna might have gotten a piece of maybe Contreras on the swing through. He turned around to apologize, but it wasn't anything of, definitely wasn't intent, and it wasn't anything that would have injured him. Looking at, yeah, it just tapped him on the knee protector. Righty-lefty matchup. Matt Olson, the batter. He singled to right his first time up, and the first pitch is down the way for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. We'll take an exact replica of the first inning. That's how it started. Drake walked. Acuna out. Olson got a base hit to send Baldwin to third, and they're challenging this, and this one he's going to miss. This one he's going to miss, and ABS challenges by the wayside.
Wrong.
So that leaves them with 1 left.
Wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
The 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Or did I misread that? Was that Olsen challenging that? And he got it right? Home plate umpire had motioned like it was a strike, but I'm not showing it on my card. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pop up. Deep into left center field, fighting the sunshine, making the catch is Churio, and it's out number 2. No, I had it right. They finally fixed it. So that was a missed challenge by Milwaukee. They have 1 left. Braves have 2. And that'll bring Harris to the plate. Harris had RBI. RBI double his first time up. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging. Fouls it back. It's 0-1. If you picked Harris, we did. That click-clacked. You got double and an RBI. Rules of that game, we want 2. So 2 bases, runs, or RBIs. It's got to be a combination of them together. The 0-1 pitch. Down and away. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Much as they do in most of your player props if you play the ponies online. The 1-1 count. Henderson, this is pitch 52, by the way. Swing and a miss, changeup, 1-2. Not extraordinarily high, but he'd like to be a little south of that. He'd love to extend this inning and get him up near 60. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Bangs the four-seam fastball down the line. Good to see you, JC. Doesn't seem like we see you much anymore. I'm sure life gets in the way. How dare it? The 1-2. Swing, chopper. Soft chopper back to the mound. That's going to end the inning. A flip to first by the pitcher. 1-3. We go to the bottom of 3, leading by 1 here in Braves country.
Your face is small.
People often ask, what's the best way to get people at work to leave me alone? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Mind your f***ing business,
I just went through Wendy's because I'm a fat ass. Placed my order, and the girl at the drive-thru said, "Is that all?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, thank you." She said, "I'm not a ma'am." Then I felt bad, and I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, dude. That's hard to hear you." And then she said, "I'm not a guy either. What are you?" She said, "1101, please pull around." So I pull around, and sure enough, it's a girl. Her name tag says they, them under her name. She opens the window. She says, "I know you weren't trying to be rude, but I'm non-binary, and my pronouns are they, them." So I'm like, how many of you are there? They, them is plural, meaning more than one person.
Does anybody else whisper to themselves what the actual like 42 times a day, or is that just me?
We clinched the pennant the last day of the season in 1964. The vaunted Yankees came into St. Louis for Game 1 of the World Series. The Cardinals had Bob Cuban and his band playing in the left field corner down the line. So Bob is shagging in left field. Bob went over, got the tuba, fitted around his shoulders and the whole bit, and he is actually shagging with the tuba. Fly balls would come. He would position himself, boom, the ball would hit the tuba, dent it, roll around, and Bob would empty it out. I'll never forget Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris standing in front of the dugout with smiles on their faces, watching Euchre. They thought, who is this guy? They didn't know who Bob Euchre was, backup catcher for the Cardinals. It was the funniest visual anybody had ever seen.
Repeat after me. Blue.
Blue.
Black.
Black.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Pink.
Pink.
What color's the grass?
Green. See, I'm good at these things.
Repeat after me.
We go to the bottom of the third inning, cling to a 1-run lead. Here on a Saturday afternoon in Braves country in late August. Best place to be is inside. First pitch on the way, sinker down and in. It's 1-0. What's everybody got planned for tonight since we have no baseball to keep us company? The 1-0 pitch. Up top. Just kiss it. Whoa. Did not get that call. 2-0 they're calling it. That should have been challenged. The 2-0. Swing, whistles it foul. 2-1. That's gonna be a touchy thing. We get. Let's just assume we're gonna make the postseason. Do you continue to put Drake behind the plate, or do you value Murphy back there and have Drake as your DH as the 2-1? Rolls it back to the pitcher, and Perez has a hard time getting a hold of the ball. That's going to be an E1. He bobbled it, bumbled it, fumbled it, underhanded it, and by the time he got there, Pratt beat him out. They're checking to see if they want to challenge it. It's really close. I don't think they do. And no, we are not. It's extremely close. I mean, that's just good old-fashioned human error. There's nothing. That's what makes sports sports. Runner at first, nobody out now, and the first pitch is a curveball there off the edge. It's 0-1. He was hurrying it, and there was really no need to. He had plenty of time, but once he booted it, it became a sticky wicket. The 0-1. Changeup misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Tony Mansolino is the guy that's in charge of the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss cutter, 1-2. He's the man that's in charge to see if you want to challenge or not. The 1-2 pitch. Bring it. Chops it out in front of the plate. Drake Baldwin jumps on it, flips it first, and there's one away. On the play, Pratt moves into scoring position, representing the tying run. Bryce Turang coming to the plate. Change up. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Bryce Turang, batting .261 on the year. He's got 16 home runs, part of the USA WBC squad that made it to the finals. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. Well, this version of small ball, Eric, was not intentional. Both of them were dribblers off the end of the bat. But they did look like a bunt. 1-1 outside wide. 2-1. Drives you crazy when you see teams get just. There's no other word for it, but you call it a lucky inning where balls are going off the bat. You get an error, et cetera, et cetera. The next thing you know, they got runners all over the place. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chopper on the ground, over to Olsen. Olsen scoops it, touches the base. G3, 2 down. I remember that a few times when we first started doing this. We were playing the Mets in a series in New York, and it was either a 3 or 4 game series. I don't remember. It was 2022, I believe. And in a 3 or 4 game series, there were like 6 innings in that series where they would get just swinging bunts going down the line, and there's nothing you can do about that because nobody's expecting it, and nor are they trying to do it. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch upstairs, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Contreras, is he challenging that? I guess not. He reached like he was going for his head. Not sure what happened there. I don't think he tapped his helmet, but he definitely touched the 0-1. Upstairs misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. Contreras 4 for 10 lifetime against Perez. Not a big shot considering the soft left-hander against the power hitting right-hander. Is the 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. On deck is Bowers. Vaughn is in the hole. There's 2 outs and a runner at third. The infield is back into the left. The 2-1 pitch. Way outside the zone, 3-1. At this point, you might as well put them on because all you're going to do is invite a disaster if you just lay one in there. The 3-1 count. Swing, and just like I said, that'll tie the game. Ball gets hit into left field. It's an RBI single for the Brewers. And the error cost the Braves. One to one your score. Just roped it in between short and third on a 3-1 pitch. They called one basically right down the center, and he smacked it. That's why, to me, you throw another changeup off the edge. If he chases it, fine, but if not, you put him on and you go to the left-hander. Lefty, first pitch to Bowers, their first strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. But that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Are you willing to have the inexperience of Drake Baldwin behind the plate because you want an extra bat for your DH in the postseason? Or are you going to put Murphy back there because he's going to call a better game? And he's just better defensively. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. And that's going to be the big conundrum because you know you're not going to get much out of Murphy 99 times out of 100. You roll him out there, he's not going to get many hits. But there's something to be said for being able to keep the score down in October. The 1-2 pitch, down and in, 2-2. They were showing the percentages, and look, you can take that for a grain of salt of what the percentages were from Fangraphs in 2021 on this date and 2026 on this date. A lot of different moving parts, but here it is. If you care about it, I'll put it in the chat. Is the 2-2. Fouls it down the line. This is from Fangraphs, which you'll see. I don't know if it'll get on one, if it'll chop it up, but the 2-2 pitch brings it back. So I won't put it on the screen because it's pretty big, but you can read that for what it is. As the 2-2 pitch, swing, rolls it down the first baseline. We'll do it again. And what it's saying is that on this date, 5 years ago compared to this date now, the playoff odds to make the postseason for the Braves today is 80% in 2021. It's 99% today. Huge factors. The number one factor is you've got more postseason positions than you did in 2021. 2021, you had what was it then, 5? Because you had the 3 division winners and 2 wild card. Now you have 6. Division win percentage is about the same. And the World Series percentage is the same. But one of the big things that led us to that World Series, we used the same catcher every single inning. We did not flip-flop as the 2-2 swing. Rolls it down the line, foul. And Travis d'Arnaud, was much better offensively in 2021 than Sean Murphy is today. I understand that. But Murphy's a better defensive catcher, so take that for what it's worth. d'Arnaud had some big moments in that postseason. But I just wonder if we may be better just getting ready for the postseason and getting Murphy some at-bats. Pitch fouls away, 2-2. 2-2 count. And you can have Drake in playing the DH. Maybe give him a day off every once in a while. And I'm not saying put Murphy in every single game, but you got to get him more than one at bat a week. The 2-2. Inside. Bangs it back foul. Do it again. I'm saying get Sean Murphy in. If you're playing a bunch of lefties, it's a lot easier to put him in there. But on a normal week, 6 games, we'll say, I think he needs 3 starts, 4 in some cases. Because if you ask him to be the guy come October, he's essentially, this is not rust. This is going to be cobwebs on his bat. The 2-2. Swing. Rolls it down the line, foul, and we'll do it again. And maybe you get into the habit of nothing else. You get later in the game, it's time to put Sean Murphy behind the plate, and the last time you think it may be the Drake's last at bat, bring Sean in the 7th or 8th inning defensively, depending on circumstances. The 2-2 pitch, swing, blasted. High and deep. She's gone. So a 3-1 score. I mean, that was set on a tee, a four-seam fastball. Bernie the Brewer goes down the slide, and the Braves trail by 2. All this is done because of the error by Martin Perez, and it's back to the drawing board. So 3-1 your score, bottom of the third. Bowers' 23rd home run of the year, and the first pitch up and high and out of the zone to Vaughn. It's 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. I think you really got to start thinking about, too, the big picture of Martin Perez. Is he really someone you want pitching in the postseason? The 2-0 pitch, below the knees, 3-0. I mean, as a starter, they should really visit the idea that maybe it's time to start transitioning him back to the bullpen and let him come in. Like, if a game gets out of hand one way or the other down the stretch, that's a perfect Martin Perez spot, is the pitch upstairs. 3-1. He does not have the velocity that you want in October. 3-1 count. Down and in, ball 4. So his inning continues. He's at 71 pitches now. He'll never make it through 5 at this rate. And you do wonder what the game plan is going to be. The assumption is that, I haven't seen an official announcement yet, but the assumption is that Bryce Elder is going to be back in the rotation in the Dodger series. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging, bangs it down the line. Foul. Christian Yelich, the batter. It's 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, chops it off the plate, 0-2. Toronto leads the Yankees 2-0 in the Bronx. They're in the 5th inning there. The 0-2 count. Swing, chopper on the ground, rolls it over to second. Dubon's got it, so used to saying Ozzie. Flips it to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. But not before Martin Perez boots the ball and coughs up 3. We'll go to the 4th here in Braves country. Time to rally.
Afternoon, everybody.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
Well, a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket. Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again? Nope. You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Well, I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a limit drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are going to have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd's back into it now.
Welcome back. We go back to the top of the fourth inning, and Ozzie Albies leads us off. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Braves trail 3-1. Top of the fourth, the 1-0 pitch. Turns and kicks. Swing, fouls it back, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, fouls back the four-seamer. 1-2. Braves trail by 2. 3-1 your score. Martin Perez just once again struggling with command, and then he committed the error, and that did not help at all. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. The 2-2. Swing, that ball's roasted down the right field line. Is it a fair ball? Appears to be foul into the corner. Do it again. That ball was just inches away from extra bases. The 2-2 count. On deck is Dubon. Yaz is in the hole. Braves trail by a bloop and a blast. The 2-2. He could go around. He did not. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing. That ball's hammered over towards right field. That's going to get through the infield and down for a base hit. Ozzie will take a long turn at first, but he'll stop there. And we got the leadoff runner on to start the top of the fourth, Braves country.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Bricia Dubon coming to the plate. Dubon, who lined out his first time up. Righty-righty matchup. Ozzie leading off of first. Not a huge lead. First pitch on the way. He spins in as the ball comes to him. I'll never understand that. It's 0-1. The 0-1. It's almost like he's trying to make sure he doesn't swing at the first pitch, but you make it too obvious. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, steps out of the box, and swings at a cutter. High and out of the zone. It's 0-2. Dubon batting .265 on the year with 10 home runs. The 0-2. Quick flip over to first. Ozzie back in time. The 0-2 pitch, swing, chopped it to the hole. Not a hard hit ball, but hit them where they ain't. Ozzie Albies will stop at second base, but it's back-to-back singles for your Atlanta Braves.
Pardon me, would you have any...
But of course.
I'm convinced Dubon would be a 300-plus hitter if he didn't give up the first couple of pitches in every at-bat. Probably be a lifetime 330 smackaroony. So the Yaz has a chance to put some on the board. First and second, nobody out. First pitch. Four-seam fastball right there. It's 0-1. Got to keep the line moving. Obviously, a home run here would give the Braves the lead, but if nothing else, you'd like a productive out to get the runners from second to second and third from first and second. Change up, down and away. 1-1. On deck is Riley. Jarvis is in the hole. The 1-1 pitch. Swing. Hard hit ball on the ground. That's going to be a 4-6-3. Rally killing double play. Hit it right into the teeth of the defense. Ozzie Albies makes it over to third. But there's 2 outs now, and Riley will have to get a base hit or some kind of a blunder. He hit exactly where they wanted to. They put the off speed on the outer edge, and you drag that like that, you're just going to roll into a double play every time. Righty matchup, first pitch up and in, four-seamer taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Riley representing the tying run. He's just looking for any way to get the runner at third home to make this a one-run game. The 1-0 pitch. Four-seam fastball, swing and a miss. 1-1. That was yesterday. 84. The 1-1 count. Take a four-seamer right down the gullet. It's 1-2. If you're not familiar with Logan Henderson, I don't know why. He's got an ERA below 3. One of the better right-handers in the National League. The 1-2. Up top, misses high, 2-2. Toronto leads New York 3-0. They're in the 5th. All the other games are later on. You do have some 4 o'clock games. Actually, just one 4 o'clock game, Nats and Marlins. The rest happen 6 and 7 o'clock hour. Most of them lead 6-2-2. Down and away, 3-2. If you're wondering about the Cardinals and Phillies, that's the 6:05 first pitch. The Cardinals are recalling Quinn Matthews, the left-hander, to pitch for them. He's got some decent stuff, and he's got some strikeout stuff, but honest engine, I wouldn't expect him to win because he struggles with command. The 3-2. Swing, lifted. High into center field and right center, and that'll be caught by Bowers. So if we could have gotten the runners over to second and third with 1 out, that's a run, but we didn't. It's a double play, and the rest is all she wrote. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail 3-1.
For about 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
13 cents a day,
you can buy
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio. On this date in 1886, Louisville's Chicken Wolf hits a Gabner Powell from fielding the ball. The canine, who had been sleeping on the fence, refuses to let go of the pant leg of the Cincinnati Reds center fielder and watches in dismay as the Colonel batter races around the bases in the team's 5-4 loss at Eclipse Park. On this date in 1917, in a 22-inning contest against the Dodgers, Pirates outfielder Carson Bigby sets a major league record with 11 at-bats. The game was also the fourth straight extra inning game played by the Pittsburgh Pirates, a total of 59 innings, which also sets a National League record. Thankfully, the first radio broadcast of Major League Baseball was not until 4 years later, also in Pittsburgh, meaning no one had to endure that chain of marathons. And on this date in 1989, on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, Athletics' Ricky Henderson swings and misses, making Nolan Ryan the first and only Major League pitcher to strike out 5,000 batters. The Ryan Express strikes out 13, giving up only 5 hits, but loses the game to Oakland 2-0. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball. Welcome back. Martin Perez fires the first pitch to start the inning. Inside for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0 misses again. Ball 2-0. Ortiz, the batter, bottom of the order for the Brewers. This may be the last 3 batters he faces, no matter what happens, is the 2-0 upstairs, 2-1. Get the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and after that, he'd be facing the top of the order for a third time through. Ortiz is 3 for 4 lifetime against Perez, is the 2-1. Inside 3-1. 3-1 count. Right there at the knees. 3-2. I think one of the reasons why they push Bryce Elder back, though, is why he's going in the Dodgers series, didn't go in this series, is because he's been dealing with the knee injury all year long. It's not something that's keeping him off the mound, but it is, we'll just call it a discomfort, for lack of a better terms. The 3-2 pitch swing walloped towards left field. That's down for a base hit. Yaz cuts it off. He fires it to second base, but it's a soft throw into second. About a 19 dribbles as it rolls into second base, and Ortiz has a leadoff double against Perez. But I think they were trying to give him a few extra days. It doesn't sound like it's something that's going to go away the entire year. I think it's just something that Bryce Elder has to deal with, and I'm not convinced that having a 6-man rotation, when it's different when you have a 6-man rotation because you have 6 guys who are pitching really well. As the first pitch is a sinker inside, it's 1-0. It's another situation when you're doing a 6-man rotation because you don't know what to do with the 6th guy. It's like, put him back in the bullpen. And it gives you an option. The one thing, if you put Perez as opposed to Holmes out there, is the 1-0 pitch swing. Smacked on the ground. Faked the bunt, slapped it through the infield. Here comes the throw from the Yaz. But it's runners on the corners and nobody out. But if you put Perez in the bullpen and you leave all the other guys in, other than Sale, they're all right-handers, right? Which means if one of them gets in trouble, there's a left-handed lineup in play that you can bring Perez in, and he's much more effective against left-handed bats. That's not saying they're going to take that advice, but that's what I would do. Because anytime you can throw a lefty into a lineup that they've set up for right-handed at bats, it's usually to much bigger favor of yours. First pitch is a cutter inside to Pratt, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Punches a sinker, fouling out of play, trying to drop bunt, but check swing around. The 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. Double play depth for the Braves. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. The infield is now positioned with a 1-2 count. They've moved it almost in, I will say closer to halfway in, cheating towards double play depth. The 1-2 pitch, outside wide changeup, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing lifted high into left field. That should be enough to get the run home, as the Yaz will catch it on the warning track, and he'll flip it into the infield, and the runner at first is going to tag up, and there's one away with the runner in scoring position. Braves trail 4-1. Four hits so far today for Milwaukee. 4 for the Braves. Braves trail 4-1. Back to the top of the order. They're going to leave Perez in. The first pitch. Curveball down and in. It's 1-0. We knew this road trip was going to be tough. What made it doubly tough was just not showing up as the 1-0 pitch swung on, chopped on the ground over to third. It's going to be a 5-3 put out, 2 down. It's going to be the sweep in Minnesota. That was the one that really kicked us in the teeth, because I didn't have any belief that we were going to go 5-2. I told you at the beginning of this road trip I would be doing bat flips over 4-3. I expected more of a 3-4 as a changeup, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Right now we're in danger of falling to 1-5 on this road trip, and then you get a day off when you finally get back home. It's because of all these goofy plane rides they're having to take. It hasn't helped. As the 0-1 off the plate wide, 1-1. You play 3 postseason teams in 7 days, all on the road and in 4 different cities. 1-1 pitch, swing, chops it foul. 1-2. If you count last Sunday, it's 8 days, 4 postseason teams, in 5 different cities. I don't think they thought that out when they agreed to play that Chicago. The 1-2 pitch, outside wide, 2-2. Well, what gets me is we're being led to believe. I got to see it to believe it as far as when it gets announced. They're showing right now Chris Sale's not going to pitch in the Dodgers series, and all we were told last week was that was why they were pushing him back, is so he would pitch in this series and in the LA series. Is the 2-2 fouls it away? So if they push him back to face Colorado, I'm just going to once again say, why didn't you just have him face his normal go-through? Because one game in Milwaukee or Minnesota or wherever does not make a difference in the standings like they act like it's going to. Is the 2-2 inside, 3-2. It's the constantly pushing him back that's costing us games in the standings. Full count. Braves trail by 3. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Got through 4. That may be it for him. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 5th we go. Time to rally here in Braves country.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th. I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them!
Guys tired?
Go get all sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something. Absolutely. You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Toga!
Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it! Let me hear it! Let me hear it!
Welcome back. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch drops the change up there at the knees. It's 0-1. Jim Jarvis leads us off. Badger says don't want to burn out Sale when you have a good division lead, but we don't have a good division lead. The 0-1 pitch right there, it's 0-2. And that's always been one of my biggest complaints about the Anthopoulos era is that they will play with their food. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Away. That'll bring Drake Baldwin to the plate. He's drew a couple of walks so far. Third time through the lineup for the Braves with Henderson. But they've done this, I mean, since I've been doing this, they've done this where the only year they didn't really play with their food was in 21, because if you remember, in August, they were trailing in the division and started getting hot. It was the Phillies and Mets that spit the bit and choked. And the Braves passed them, and they were playing such great baseball, they rode that wave. But 22, they chased down the Mets. It was a little different situation, but in 23, they played with their food. By the time they got to the postseason, they were just dead. As the first pitch outside to Baldwin, it's 1-0. In 24, they did the same thing. It's how they ended up in a tie at the end of the season and having to win one of the two games in the double headers. The 1-0 fouls it away, 1-1. And though they made the postseason, that team was cooked. They had to play on a Monday, a doubleheader. They had to win the second game because they had played with their food so much, manipulating the rotation, that when they got in that series against the Padres, they didn't have anybody available. The 1-1 swing lifted high into right field, not very deep, very playable. F9 in your scorecard, 2 down. And in 25, I don't even know what to say about 25. They just didn't show up, but you would see them still skip starts and whatnot when you're like, we need to chase teams down. And they didn't do it. They would just sit there, well, we'll figure it out. We're not chasing any wins around this place. That's not the brag they think it is. Righty-righty matchup. Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. First pitch outside wide. It's 1-0. Molly's on the bump tomorrow night. That is the one game, talked about it yesterday, but that's the one game in this series where we have the advantage in the starting rotation. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Drohan has been up and down all year. He'll probably fire 8 shutty against us tomorrow night, but usually how that plays in the Little League World Series complex, it's usually high-scoring games because the ball flies out of there. The 1-1. Down and away, 2-1. You make up your mind for yourself if you think that is an advantage for Atlanta or not, that we're going to a ballpark that normally the ball flies out of there. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. I haven't checked the weather or if they're changing the confines there, but typically those are relatively high scoring games. They're not like London type games, but they're usually pretty high scoring. 2-2 count to Acuna, 0 for 2. He's batting just .231 on the year. The swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Acuna, got to start having a conversation about why is he hitting so high in the order. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 5th we go. Trailing by 3 here in Braves country.
Today we are discussing crazy stats from Jamie Moyer's career. Over his career, he had 33 complete games and 10 shutouts. He is the last pitcher to log a shutout in 4 different decades. His last shutout was with the Phillies on May 7, 2010. With that shutout, he became the oldest pitcher to record a complete game shutout, a record that still stands. One not-so-great record that he holds is most home runs allowed in Major League history. Over his 25-year career, he allowed 522 home runs. When he had retired in 2012, he had faced 8.9% of Major League Baseball hitters ever. By the time he retired, about 19,000 different hitters had played in the majors, and he had faced roughly 1,700 of them. He pitched in 50 different ballparks. He was selected to his first and only All-Star game in 2003 at the age of 40. He never threw much harder than 82 or 83 miles per hour, according to Fangraphs. His changeups were clocked in the mid-60s during his career. One player described his changeup as throwing feathers. You don't think the ball can stay in the air that long. When he made his debut, the major league minimum was $60,000. Alex Rodriguez made more than that every time he stepped up to the plate from 2001 to the end of his career.
Baseball suits the character of this democratic nation. Democracy is government by persuasion. That means it requires patience. That means it involves a lot of compromise. Democracy is the slow politics of the half-loaf. Baseball is the game of the long season, where small, incremental differences decide who wins and who loses particular games, series, seasons. In baseball, you know going to the ballpark that the chances are you may win, but you also may lose. There's no certainty, no given. You know when a season starts that the best team is going to get beaten a third of the time. The worst team's going to win a third of the time. The argument, over 162 games, that middle third. So it's a game that you can't like if winning's everything. And democracy's that way too.
Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know who calls them the fanatics. The crybabies, the whiners, the battery throwers, the fillets. Righty-righty matchup. Bottom of the 5th we go. Victor Medeiros, thankfully, is on the mound, so we can say goodbye to Perez. 4 innings. You're going to see the line go, he didn't pitch that bad, 1 earned run. But he cost us the other runs. The 0-1. Fouls it down the line, it's 0-2. The only earned run was the one that was given up last inning. The other 3, it's because he booted the ball to start the inning that they are considering those all unearned runs. The 0-2 outside wide 1-2. I've always had a little bit of a problem. If the pitcher is the guy that committed the error, it ought to be an earned run. You earned it against that guy. You didn't earn it. It wasn't the third baseman that booted the ball. Is the 1-2 high and out of the side, 2-2. 2-2 count. Yeah, but Brian, do people call the Braves the bloopers? I mean, what are we talking about? The 2-2. Swing, fouls it back. Two count. Braves trail by 3. Game 2 of a 3-game set. We go to Pennsylvania tomorrow night, and then we finally get back to the friendly confines of Atlanta on Tuesday night against the Dodgers. So I don't know what we did to the baseball gods, but they are punishing us. The 3-2. And I was looking at the projected start. I'm just not going to buy it until I actually see it reported. The 3-2 pitch swing. Roasted towards the left field gap. That's down for a base hit. Off the wall. And it's a leadoff double for Billy the Kid and the Brewers. First of all, who said that? Badger. First of all, get better friends. If you have a friend that's a Philly fan, get better friends. That's the first and only point I have on that one. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I'm joking. I'm sure he's no. Actually, no. I'm not. There's no way he's a good person. He's a Philly fan. The 0-1 pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Bowers the batter. Kicks and fires. Down and in, 1-2. Now, I mean, there's been a couple of thumbs come in during this series, Rose, but I don't have any problem against the Brewers. I mean, it's where Atlanta came from, so it's always going to be. I wouldn't say pull for them is the 1-2 caught. Looking upstairs, strike 3, and there's one away. But because the Braves were once in Milwaukee, I don't pull against the Brewers. I guess the best way I put it. Same thing with the Red Sox because the Braves came from Boston. Because you know there are fans that are still in those areas that grow up Braves fans because of it. I worked with a guy in the radio business for years that was a huge Braves fan as the first pitch. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, it's 1-0. And the only reason why he was a Braves fan is because he was from Wisconsin and watched them when they were in Milwaukee. He moved down south about the time that the Braves moved to Atlanta, so it was normal for him to go ahead and pull for them. 2-0 count to Vaughn. God rest his soul, but he was a huge Braves fan as the 2-0 right there on the outer edge, 2-1. He had a radio show here in the North Florida area for decades, and I was his producer for a few years. And anyways, during breaks, that's all we talked about was Braves baseball. The 2-1 upstairs, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Even though his show was predominantly college football, all he cared about was the Braves. You get him off air, he didn't give a damn about what was going on in the college football field. The 2-2 swing, slaps it in right. That's down for a base hit. Acuna comes up, slowly throws it into the infield with the catcher running. I think he was trying to deke Contreras into going, but it'll be runners on the corners. 1 out. Vaughn. He's going to get pinch run for by Garrett Mitchell. They did this yesterday. In all likelihood, Mitchell will go to center Bowers will slip from right to first next inning, and Lara will slide over to right field. Christian Yelich, the batter, first pitch right there, first strike. It's 0-1. But what's funny, though, if you think of the big picture, if I told you way back in March, as the 0-1 pitch misses upstairs, 1-1, that we would have a 4-game lead on Philadelphia and nobody else even challenging us in the NL East. In late August, with all those injuries, Schwellenbach, Waldron, line them up, you would have signed off for that in a heartbeat. I just think this is a dog days of summer. I think they're going to pick it up when they get home. We're going to hit September. It's going to be a tough 7 games with Philadelphia, and whoever wins those games is the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. That will decide the division, but I do believe the Braves are going to line themselves up for Sale to pitch in both of those series, and they're going to try to have Molly in both of those series as well. 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strike out there by Medeiros, and there's 2 away, excuse me. But it's frustrating as fans for us to watch it, because we know this team can get hot in a hurry and play much better baseball than what we've seen this past week. But you almost wonder if, because they talked so much about this going into this road trip, did the Braves come in flat because they just kind of assumed they weren't going to win any of these damn games? I don't know. Joey Ortiz takes the first pitch, cutter outside for a ball. It's 1-0. But the one thing that we do know to be true, no matter what they tried to tell us, they needed to make moves at the deadline, and they didn't do it. The 1-0 pitch, outside wide, 2-0. Still feel like this team's going to win the division, but it's not looking like they're going to get a bye unless either Milwaukee or LA fall on their face in the last month of the season. The 2-0, right there on the outer edge, 2-1. 2-1 count. But if we end up as a wild card, the 2-1 pitch, swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. Dubon's got it, flips it first, and that'll end the inning. Ask yourself, would you rather play the Cubs in the wild card round or host the Padres? Because we have not done well there at all. We'll be back in a flash.
I decided I'm not working on my anger issues. Y'all need to stop testing me.
I could really use all of the thoughts and prayers and good vibes you could muster, because I'm about to go into a Trader Joe's on a Sunday, so I'm gonna need the power of God behind me.
All right, just wash your hands before you use it. I don't get your germs.
Whoa, washing your hands is healthy? I did it because it felt good. I have so much to learn.
On June 11th, 1938, Johnny Vandermeer threw a no-hitter against the Boston Bees. Just 4 days later, Vandermeer threw a second no-hitter, this time against the Dodgers. To this day, Vandermeer is still the only player in baseball history to throw 2 straight no-hitters.
I had a one-night stand last night, and he says to me, "Oh my God, that was amazing. You want to play a game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Have you ever heard of the airplane game?" And I'm like, "Sounds kinky, but no. How do you play that?" And he's like, "You take the off."
After Cleveland's great pitcher Addie Joss died, his fellow ball players staged a benefit game to aid his widow. All the great stars came: Walter Johnson, Smokey Joe Wood, Napoleon Lajoie, and Ty Cobb. The game was a great success. They managed to raise $12,931, but it only increased the players' anxieties. With no pensions of their own, or job security, or grievance procedure with the owners, they felt powerless. They now formed a players' fraternity. It had two goals: to rid baseball of the hated reserve clause and to gain a larger share of the profits for the men who made those profits possible. At first, they got nowhere. The owners simply ignored them.
Part of the order due up for your Braves. It'll be Olsen, Harris, and Ozzie. Braves trail by 3. First pitch on the way. Swing. That ball is cooked. That ball is booked. Get up, get up, get up, and dying at the wall. Are you kidding me? Even Henderson thought it was out. One away. I cannot believe that did not leave the ballpark. Catching it right there at the wall is Lara, who did slide over to right like we suspected. Mitchell's at center. Bowers goes to first. First pitch outside wide to Michael Harris. The second is 1-0. I mean, if it's 380 out there, he hit it 379.5 for 1-0. Swing, rips it into right field. That's through for a base hit. And Money Mike gets a one-out single. He'll stop at first. He's quickly throwing it back in there and getting to the ball quickly as Lara showing some hustle. And Michael Harris the second. So 2 well-hit balls to start the inning.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Chad Patrick, the right-hander, is warming up in the pen. He has closed a few times recently for Milwaukee, but former starter. First pitch outside wide to Ozzie Albies, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Dubon is on deck. Yaz is in the hole. I would say I don't know how long he's been warming up. They weren't showing it earlier as the 1-0 off the plate wide to him. He definitely won't face Yaz. Talking about Henderson. They may leave him in past Ozzie depending on how this plays out. The 2-0 to Ozzie. And we haven't had a crooked number in a while. The 2-0. Swing. Pops it back foul. 2-1. Henderson is at 90 pitches so far. This will be 91. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it down the line, foul, 2-2. Two count. Ozzie. Singled in the fourth. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Patrick looks like he's ready, so this may be the last batter. They flip it over to first to keep Harris close by. The 2-2. Pop up. Can of corn. Underneath it, making the easy catch out there in shallow left center field. F6 in your scorecard, and there's 2 away. Pratt with the catch. That'll bring Mauricio Dubon to the plate, and I guess they're going to let him try to face Dubon. This is probably it, whether he gets out of this inning or not. Patrick appears to be ready to roll. Righty-righty matchup, open stance from the right side. The first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. He stepped out on that pitch, but he didn't do what he normally does, which kind of spins off and doesn't even pay attention to it. I guess it's because there's a runner on base. The 1-0. Off the plate. Taken for a strike. It was not a strike, but wasn't really looking at it. 1-1. He darts his eyes downward And we've seen that a lot with Dubon this year. Early in the count, he's not looking at the zone. The 1-1 swing, fouls it away, 1-2. You wonder if that'll be a sticking point when they talk about trying to extend him, because we can't be the only ones that notice that. Suter, the left-hander's warming up in the pen for the Braves as they trail by 3. They flip it over to first. Harris back in time. If the Braves were to get the lead, you would see a different approach from the bullpen, but right now it's Suter. One-two count. Outside wide, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. Braves with 5 hits on the day. I still can't get over the fact that one by Olsen didn't leave the yard. The 2-2. Swing, chops that changeup back behind the plate. We'll do it again. That one definitely leaves if we're in Atlanta. You almost wonder if there's some Minnesota Twins 1991 Dome fan action blowing that thing down. The 2-2. High and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-2. Tying run standing on deck in the form of the Yaz. And it's Patrick, the right-hander, who is warming up. So he would stay in the game no matter what they decide to do. They only end up benching Yaz in big spots like this if a lefty's coming on. Dubon steps out of the box, just trying to extend this inning. The runner at first will be on the go. The payoff pitch, swing lifted, high into left field, not very deep. Over the, is there going to be a miscommunication? Making the catch out there is the shortstop, Pratt. 3 of them almost ran into each other. We are just not having one of those days. I feel like if luck was on our side, that ball would have hit the ground. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 6th we go, trailing by 3.
Buddy, just a little update on my end, okay? I live in a basement apartment, okay? Right here's my bed, and right here is a pipe filled with hot sewage water, okay? There's hot running through this pipe. And that's not even the best part. The best part is my upstairs neighbor's toilet is right there. So I can hear him I can hear him flush. And then, get this is the best part. I can hear all of his hot floating directly above my face at 2:30 in the morning. Literally, he had diarrhea 3 nights ago, and it woke me up. So, great upstairs neighbor, everybody, huh?
He and I talked about hitting all the time. You know, it's a funny thing. You know, Spawn, Matthews, myself, the 3 of us, the 4 of us, we would start talking about hitting, and everybody would said, Bob, this conversation you out of. Leave it alone. You don't know anything about hitting. Talk about catching.
So Mr. Baseball and Hammer and Hank intersected as teammates on the Milwaukee Braves, and then they were reunited at the end of Hank's career. He came back to the city where his career had begun, and by that time, the radio voice of the Brewers is Bob Uecker. And here's a milestone for Henry Aaron, as called by you.
The pitch to Henry. A line drive left field base hit. Well, it came with one off-speed pitch too many. Aaron winding to left. Another run is in. Brewers lead 3-2. Henry Aaron at first base with an RBI. Number 2,210. Now the all-time RBI leader in baseball. And a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. 2,210 RBIs, and they're still standing for Henry.
You're getting
A pop.
a what?
A pop.
That's called a soda, sweetheart.
It is called a pop.
I don't know where you think you get these words from, but that is a soda.
It's not, baby.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is swung on and roasted into left field, and that's down for a base hit for the Brewers to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Brent Suter is on. He's given up one pitch, one base hit. Coming to the plate is Pratt, the number 9 hitter. And of course, Laura, you got to pay attention to him because he can fly sitting at first. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Sinker just below the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Flips it over to first. Keep the runner close by. Flips it over there again. So Suter on an 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch drops a bunt down, and barehanded by Riley, fires it to first. Good throw by Riley, but they will move the runner up to second base into scoring position with one out. It's a good bunt there by the number 9 hitter Pratt. Squared up, just tapped it. Lefty-righty matchup. Jackson Churio, the batter. Suter comes set, kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, it's 1-0. Right there. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing. Fouls it back. 1-2. Milwaukee 4, Atlanta 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run, 5 hits, and an error for Atlanta. 4 runs, 7 hits. The pitch foul back, 1-2. The 1-2, changeup misses, ball 2, 2-2. On deck is Terang. Contreras in the hole. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup. Strike 3. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch right there. Sinker at the knees. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Sinker right there, 1-1. Terang, 16 home runs on the year. He's 0 for 3 on the day. He struck out twice. He's grounded out. Henderson's getting handshakes and hugs in the dugout. 1-1 fouls it away, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing lifted out towards center field, but making the hopping catch over there is Jim Jarvis, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th, trailing by a couple of bloops and a blast here in Braves country. 4-1 your score.
Today I'm going to show you how to tie a tie with the help of my gay nephew, Peter Piscitello.
Gay? I'm not gay.
What are you talking about? Of course you are.
No, I'm not. Why would you think I was gay?
You ever hear yourself talk, Peter? You're gay.
What are you talking about? This is how I talk.
Peter, you got nothing to be ashamed about. The whole family supports you.
Excuse me, the whole family?
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. In the early days of baseball, some hitters would choose to use a flat bat. Batters felt that utilizing a flat bat allowed them to bunt easier. But Rule 1.10a was instituted stating the bat shall be a smooth, round stick. 2021 Cardinals, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader, and Tommy Edman all won a Gold Glove award. This made the 2021 Cardinals the first team in history to win 5 Gold Glove awards.
So Deshaun Watson blocked me on Twitter. Guess I must have rubbed him the wrong way.
In 1914, a band of rich businessmen, hoping to get in on the baseball action, formed their own league, the Federal League. They began offering big money to big stars, willing to sign up with their teams. They even gave the players the right to become free agents. 81 players were lured to the new league, including Three Finger Brown, Joe Tinker, and Chief Bender. Old ballparks were renovated and new ones built, including one on Chicago's north side that would one day be called Wrigley Field. But the upstart league was a direct challenge to Ban Johnson, who resented the interlopers just as National League owners had resented him when he launched the American League in 1901. Johnson denounced the competition as pirates and threatened to blacklist any players who jumped to the new league. But to stem the flood of deserting players, he and his owners also raised the salaries of remaining stars and pledged to do better even by average players in the future.
Top of the 7th inning. And the Yaz comes up to the plate with Chad Patrick, the pitcher. First pitch, four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Patrick with the 3.30 ERA. Kicks and fires, swing, pop up. High in the right field, not very deep, easily playable. Laura waits for it to come down, and there's one away. I think what the Brewers have been really good about over the years, the reason why they've sustained success, it hasn't been their offense. Their offense has always struggled, especially when you get into the postseason. They've always spit the bit because of it. But they don't have the high payroll, but what they've always been good at is Austin Riley takes the first pitch off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. And how they get through these seasons and dominate the regular season, they have been very good at identifying who is a starter and who is not a starter. And if they're not a starter, they transition them to the bullpen and get more out of them. Is the 1-0. Misses up top 2-0. Case in point right here, this guy, Chad Patrick, he bounced back and forth between relief, swing man, starting pitching, you name it in his career. And they finally just said, you're going to be a reliever. Is the 2-0. Upstairs misses 3-0. His velocity has gone up. You name it, they've gotten it out of him. The 3-0 count. Down and away. Ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. And Riley is aboard. Good at bat there by Austin Riley. Wish the Braves would take a page out of their book, because there have been guys that they could have put in the bullpen that they try to force in the starting rotation. And then when they don't work out, they just cut them loose and you see them flourish other places. Righty-lefty matchup. Jarvis, the batter, first pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased a cutter about 3 to 5 inches off the plate inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Up and out, 1-1. One count. Right there, four-seamer at the knees. 1-2. Warming up in the bullpen is the left-hander Dale Hall. 1-2 pitch to Jarvis. Down and in. 2-2. Dale Hall is another one. They've transitioned him to the bullpen. When he first came up, he was one of the top hot prospects starting pitching in all of baseball. He never could make it work. The 2-2 swing, chopper on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-6-3. Attempt at the double play, but Jarvis did beat it out as he was busting it down the line. And that'll keep the inning alive, but there is 2 down now. Kind of a slow developing play with Jarvis's speed and the fact that he was hustling. Showing a second look at it, but he definitely beat it. If you're breaking it down to percentages, a 16th of a step, I mean, it was that close. Drake Baldwin, the batter, first pitch, swing and a miss, four-seamer up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Four-seamer down and in, 1-1. One count. Pitch on the way, swing. Another soft grounder over to second. 4-3, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the seventh, trying to get time to get up and stretch here in Braves country. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Contreras is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there. 0-2. 0-2 count. I know that's right, 22. The 0-2 pitch, swing. Chopper on the ground back to Suter. He'll flip it to first. One away. One up, one down, and Bowers comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch swinging, lifts it out to left field, making the easy catch out there is the Gaz. F7, 2 away. Where's Suter at? He's at 17 pitches so far. Garrett Mitchell comes to the plate. In theory, if they don't come back to win this game, in theory, they could send him back out for another inning if he gets a quick out here. As the first pitch is right there for a strike, it's 0-1. And it's not the greatest news if you're a Braves fan, but what it does do, it gives a lot of these guys an extra day off and helps you reset the pen 100%. 0-2 count. I think you'd be asking a lot for him to go out there for a third inning. But, like I said, his pitch count's only at 20 right now, the 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. You've got Yelich and Ortiz due up. 1-2 pitch, swing, chopper on the ground. Over to third. Riley's got it, fires it, and he will not get the speedy Mitchell down the line. And it's an infield single for 2 down. Infield playing back and to the right. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch sinker. Down and into Christian Yelich. It's 1-0. Flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. They've got the Dodgers coming in on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they get the Rockies at home. And, I mean, that feels like a game you got to sweep. The 1-0 swing. Lifts it down the line. Foul, 1-1. Out of play. A series that you got to sweep. Normally I don't say that about anything in Major League Baseball, but it feels like one that unless you go out and really pound the Dodgers, you're going to feel like you need a sweep next weekend. 1-1 count. Swing lifted. Out to center field. Drifting in, making the running catch is Harris. 75% of this great world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. We'll be back in a flash.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what?
I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to become this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen a double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Left-hander DL Hall comes to the bump. 2.43 ERA. He's set to face Ronald Acuna Jr. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch, curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves trail 4-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, changeup blows it right by him. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Four-seamer misses down and in. One-two from Hall, infield back into the left, outfield deep and straight away. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, fouls back the four-seamer. One-two count. Chops the curveball backwards. Just got a piece of that. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, fouls off the sinker. And we'll do it again. Be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. The 1-2 pitch, down and in changeup. Ball 2, 2-2. The 2-2, swing, rolls that one down the third base line, but foul. The 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Punched him out at the knees. One away. Kenya didn't like the call, but thankfully he didn't challenge it. He's been bad at that. He doesn't know the strike zone, it appears. That was right there at the knees. Matt Olson, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. Swing and a miss at a slider diving off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Brewers. The 0-1 pitch. Swing lifted. High and deep into right center field. Going back, making a running, sliding catch again. Out there is that kid, Lara. He has been impressive with the glove, stealing another one. 2 down. Olson's looking out there with Lara. I think he's thinking about charging right field for the first time ever. He has stolen... Well, the last time that the ball just died at the wall, he caught it at the wall. He didn't really steal it. But remember the one he stole at the diving into the wall yesterday? That was off of the bat of Harris. We talk about Michael Harris all the time. This kid has stolen the show in these first 2 games in Milwaukee. Lefty, lefty. First pitch right there. Down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. He can't hit worth the lick, but he's got an impressive glove. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One count. Infield back into the right. P at the knees. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, chopper. Down the first base line. We'll do it again. Tomorrow night's game, 7:10 Eastern. They've got Diddy warming at the bullpen. Why waste that bullet in a game you're trailing by 3? The 1-2. Rolls it away. The 1-2 pitch just below the knees. Sinker misses. 2-2. The 2-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. I mean, I'm running Kerr out there. I'm not running Diddy out there on a game you're trailing by 3. Or I'm just sending Suter back out. I'm not wasting. Diddy Fuentes is the 2-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Two count. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing. Fouls it down the line. They'll do it again. 2-2. The 2-2. Chops it. Foul. 2-2 once again. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves go quietly in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 3 here in Braves country.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle it when someone walking in front of you won't let you pass? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Move the out the way, bitch!
And so we are now in Yankee Stadium. On the mound, the man who's become known around this country as the Little Cajun, the man with a whipping arm, Ron Guidry. George Brett will lead off, followed by Hal McRae, Amos Otis. He hits it well to deep right center field. Piniella going way back to the wall and jumps. It's off the wall. Brett going around second, heading for third. He'll go into third. Triple George Brett.
He said in the pregame interview, Ron Guidry is not God. He typifies the Royals team. He wants to lead them, and he has just shown them that Ron Guidry can be hit.
I mean, therapy is great and all, but have you ever rage cleaned your house for 3 hours and then lit a candle? I imagine the results are similar.
What is this right here?
A sunroof.
No, it's a roof.
A roof? It's a roof!
It's a roof.
Hunter, you don't bark like a dog! Like roof, roof, roof!
That's how you say it,
No,
though.
it's a roof.
Roof, roof, roof.
Roof.
Roof. 2 O's. Roof.
In your case, Duke, I realize this isn't fair to ask you to narrow it down to a single moment, but an all-star memory for you?
Well, it would have to be 1966 for me, Bob. The St. Louis Cardinals invited me back for the All-Star game that year. I worked the concession stands on a very hot day and really didn't catch a break there either. They gave me hot chocolate. I mean, I couldn't believe it, 106 degrees.
A typical bad break, a setback for you, you.
What a day.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Welcome back. Suter goes back out there, so that is what they were doing. Hopefully he can get through this inning. I just say cook his arm. Who cares? The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He could get you through this inning, then you just let him sit for several days because you know he's not going to pitch tomorrow. We're off on Monday. The 0-2 pitch. Fouls it away. And with Lee and Dodd, you don't need a third left, and Kerr for that matter. You don't need a fourth lefty. The 0-2 pitch. Chops the changeup 1-2. Braves did end up releasing Tyler Kenley. He made it through waivers. I was surprised nobody grabbed him. 1-2, lifted down the line, making the running catch in the corner. Over his shoulder as he ran by it. Impressive catch out there by Cunha. You don't call it a great catch. A great catch, he reads it correctly, and he goes right into it. He overran it, stuck his glove up, and somehow caught it. I don't know how he did that because it was a bad read, but he still caught it. Lefty righty, first pitch swung on, fouled away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. 1-1 count. Four-seamer. 2-1. Two-one pitch is a chopper over to second. Dubon's got it, flips it to first, and there's 2 away. Braves will have one last chance in the top of the 9th. Try to come back in this one. Then they head to Pennsylvania for tomorrow night's game. The first pitch on the way, swung on, and it's going to be a soft line drive into the glove of Dubon, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 9th inning. Trailing by 3 here in Braves country.
Mets fan gets roasted by reporter.
Playing the Mets because they
We're a
stopped
team.
holding on.
One person struggles, we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
I don't know, I just don't see the point anymore.
Want to talk about our opponent? In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
They're bigger, faster, stronger, and on paper, they're just better, and they know it too. But I want to tell you something that they don't know. They don't know your heart. I do. I've seen it. You have shown it to me. You have shown yourselves just exactly who you are when you take that field. You gotta lay that heart on the line. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got, lay it on the line, and if you do that, you cannot lose. We cannot be defeated. How you play today, from this moment on, is how you will be remembered.
Hey! What's this lying around?
Well, what are we supposed to do, you moron?
What? Over? Did you say over? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? Oh, we're afraid to go with you. We might get in trouble. Well, just kick my ass from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this!
This is your opportunity to rise from these ashes and grab glory.
Nothing is over until we decide it is! Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no! And it ain't over now! Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going! Who's with me?
Could fight him with conventional weapons. That could take years. I think we have to go all out.
Want to talk about our opponent?
He's a dead man!
This situation absolutely requires
our opponent.
Dead!
A really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
Our opponent.
Dead!
We're just the guys to do it.
Let's go! Go!
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Excuse me. Gotta take my first step toward the Hall of Fame.
And this crowd's back into it now.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Welcome back. Ozzie Albies leads us off. The first pitch from Andy Ashby is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Dubon on deck. Yastrzemski is in the hole. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. The 0-2. Curveball misses, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing, knocks it down the line, foul. One-two count, swing, rolls it on the ground, deep over to the hole, short. Here comes the throw across the infield. Ozzie Albies will beat it out, and it's an infield single for your Atlanta Braves.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Mauricio Dubon will be your batter. Lefty-righty. Yeah, standing on deck. So you'd think they would probably go to Lane Thomas in that situation. We'll see how they play it. First pitch on the way, takes a wild swing at a changeup near the equator. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. 4-1 your score. Braves trail. Top of the 9th inning. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up, but it's out of play. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it foul. Just trying to keep the line moving if you're Dubon. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Ball gets away, but not too far. 2-2. Ozzie will stay at first. Last thing you want to be is the first out on a running error. And you're trailing by 3. The 2-2. Swing. Smacks it backwards. Dubon making him work. The 2-2. Brings it. Swings that one away. Fouls it away. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The 2-2. In the dirt. Curveball. And it's a full count. Ashby comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing, hits the ball up the middle, and that ball's going to get through the hole. It's got eyes, and it's a single, a soft hit single, but a right place at the right time, and Dubon is aboard. First and second.
Pardon me. Would you have any?
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Quick powwow on the mound with Chris Hook and Ashby along with Contreras, the pitcher, the catcher, the pitching coach. As Lane Thomas will be the pinch hitter as we suspected. Thomas batting .229 on the year, but he's got an OPS well over 800 against left-handed pitching. And with good speed, he'll be hard to double up. If he gets anything down into the gap, he could go a long way. First pitch on the way is a hanging curveball. Called for a strike, it's 0-1. Thomas 5 for 6 lifetime with 2 doubles against Andy Ashby. Wow. The 0-1. Inside misses, called for a strike, did not challenge it, it's 0-2. Braves have both of their challenges less, so there's no excuse not to use them. The 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it away. The 0-2. In the dirt, ball bounces away a little bit, but not too far. 1-2. He's gone sinker, a curve, sinker, sinker, and then back to the curve on that one. He also has a changeup that he uses, the 1-2. Looking back and bringing it. Out and away, that was the changeup, 2-2. Braves trail by a swing right now. Tying run is standing at the plate. On deck is Austin Riley. The 2-2. Swing lifted. High and deep into left field, but not nearly deep enough. A lot of air underneath it, making the catch out there in left is Churio, and there's one away. One down, and Austin Riley coming to the plate representing the tying run. Lefty righty, first pitch swinging, rolls it on the ground. It's going to be a 6. 4-3 game-ending double play. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Austin Riley spits the bit again. That'll end the game. 4-1 your score. Braves lose 4-1, 1 run, 7 hits and an error, 4 runs, 8 hits and no errors for Milwaukee.
Loser!
Here's some things we can focus on. 1, we tried hard. And 2, we're still dear friends.
This sucks. It's horse. But I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class act.
Don't worry about it. Next time I'll kick your
There isn't anything to do. We're done. We're licked. What will they do to us? Right now, we're caught as we're wanted. If it's amusement you're after, I guess the game's up. Then it's all over with.
Oh, what a loser!
So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Oh, take it easy, honey. These things happen, you know.
Now, what kind of an attitude is that? These things happen. They only happen because the whole country is just full of people who, when these things happen, they just say these things happen, and that's why they happen.
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Son of a we struck the mother load.
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
Perez with the loss. 1 earned, but we all know that he booted the ball that led to the other 3. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits allowed. Ashby gets the save. Of course, Henderson gets the win. Henderson will improve to 8-2. Perez will fall to 8-7. Ashby gets the 2nd save of the year. MVP. That'll go to Rich 22. Thank you, sir. And we will see you next time. Braves lose another tough one. And they'll try to salvage this series on a winning note tomorrow night. We'll see you then. Braves, Brewers at the Little League World Series in Pennsylvania.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.